everybody and welcome back to my channel for another speed build. My name's Silver and I have a Darkwood family home for you today. So this one's a little bit different. It's definitely bigger than what I normally do. I built it on the lot right next to the Goth family where that house is in Willow Creek. And look, this doesn't fit into the world, but I'm keeping it because I really like it. I went a little overboard, and bear with me, I don't normally build houses like this, and when I say that, I mean like, yeah, okay, I do the suburban look, whatever, but this one was a little bit more intricate than I normally do, and I liked the challenge. It was different, it was fun, and it totally got away from me. I was going to build a smaller house, but no, that did not happen. So I built a really big house, sorry. It's, I think, 4 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms, so it's pretty decent size. And again, when I say that I don't normally build houses like this, the color scheme is what I mean. I actually got inspiration from Pinterest. I love Pinterest. It's great. But the inspiration was from the color. I saw a house with like this black brick and also kind of a lighter gray color and kind of orangey color, and I really liked the idea of that. Obviously I can't actually recreate it, and the house looks nothing like the picture. I just like the color scheme. So yeah, that was fun. I got inspiration from that, and like I said, I use Pinterest a lot, so it's kind of nice. But it's definitely a longer video today. I'm sorry about that, but I wanted to include everything, and I mean everything. I included the floor plan, I included the messing with the shape of the build, I included the landscaping, all of it. And the reason why I did that was because because it was my first kind of build like this. I really kind of wanted to just show everything, especially for, you know, maybe in the future for myself. I can see the thought process that went behind it. Okay, this roof, yeah, it's cool, but I have not realized, I never knew this, there is a fancier looking roof that's just like that, and I will change it, but I was so shocked. But yeah. Going back to the whole color scheme thing, I don't normally build anything that's black. It's just not my style. To me, it's personally, I think it's cold and kind of, I like warm colors. I like warmth, and that's fine. You know, everybody has something. It's different. But I was very pleasantly surprised to find that this house was not cold. I did struggle a little bit because I never used the black color schemes. I didn't really like, I didn't have a lot of experience with the furniture. Wow, that was hard to say. But yeah, we're going on to the back of the house now for the shape, and I really like how it turned out. It was very fun, very family oriented. You get a big backyard as well. I actually didn't even utilize all of the space because I just had so much space. I could have put this on a smaller lot, but I really wanted it to be like a big open area, you know? I wanted it to be, I just wanted it to be special and big and great for kids, and I didn't really have in mind the parents, but the children I definitely personalized for them. The parents themselves, I kind of left it maybe a bit colder, like, you know, just maybe a little. It's fine. You know, because I kind of, you know, thinking about it, maybe the dad's in business, or maybe the mom's in business, or I don't know. I really don't know. But I didn't have an idea for who lived here except for the children. I got a pretty good idea here. And yeah, I'm just putting out the fences now. I did keep a very black color scheme. But inside is definitely lighter. Pardon, sorry. Still have that weird little throat tickle that I talked about in my last video. I don't know what's going on, but hey, it's fine, whatever. But yeah, I used this wood from Seasons, and I think it worked really well for what I was going for. And we used the spade wood here, and I leave it at that kind of warm brown color, the light brown color. And the contrast just worked so nicely, in my opinion. I really liked it, and I had a lot of fun with the different color schemes. And yeah, and I'm using brick on most of the house, not this brick. I do change it. That brick was nice, but I wanted it to match the foundation, so I used the base game brick. But that vampires one was dark. It was dark. This one's more of a gray, and I think it fits a little bit better with the house. And yeah, we're getting that light wood on a little bit more of the house itself to you know, make it blend in, because it didn't make much sense to me to only have it on one little tiny part. Also, so sorry if you can hear my cat, but if I kicked him out, he would protest profusely, so let's not do that. But yeah, I'm changing that concrete to a darker gray concrete, and I think it worked a lot better. And here I was trying to mess with the Realm of Magic tiling. I do end up changing it, actually, and I realized pretty quickly that the driveway actually didn't match up, so I had to use terrain tools. My bad. I really wish we could do like proper split leveling, but maybe in a future pack. I don't know. But yeah, and again, you'll see me at the end try to mess with a car, and it doesn't happen, as per usual, huh? And actually, I used a light tile because obviously I didn't really want to make the whole house black. This isn't actually for the Goth family. And we get a pool, and I'm building a gazebo here. And I don't normally build those, but I had so much space, and it really fit in with the build here, and I had quite a bit of fun with it. Later you'll see I get like lights and stuff, and yeah, this is where I figured out there was a different roof tile that just looks so much nicer. The other one looks really weathered, and it didn't really fit this build, but it was, you know, the closest to what I wanted. So that was kind of exciting, and I can't wait to use that in future builds as well. I like using it for farmhouses. I think metal roofs for farmhouses is really good. But we're just working on a pool because, oh, and those are the lights from Spa Day, by the way. But yeah, I thought a pool fit really well for this family, and, you know, got a little bit of, whatchamacallit? The little thing you jump off of? Little ladder? But yeah, and we're fencing in the back area, back garden even. And here I changed the fence because it had like, I hate when they do this, when they put the fence posts in a certain place, like expecting a column to go there. But it just, I can't put a column there because it would mess up with the, what's it called? It's a little bit that's jutting out, and it would have blocked the windows that I'm eventually going to put there. But I'm using a combination of windows from Spa Day and, oh, this was cool. I liked it, but it was just too modern for this build, so I do change it to the other Spa Day ones, and I thought it made it look more refined, but not so modern. And, but yeah, we're using a combination of windows from Spa Day and Get Together, and they just came in such a great swatch. Oh yeah, seasons as well. We used the seasons on those windows because I didn't want them to be all the same. So it worked. And I was trying to use a circular window because I love circular windows. I don't know what I was doing with that Realm of Magic one though, because it was just silly. Yeah, so we're going on the inside now. Again, I included the floor plan. It was rough, okay? Because it was such a weird shape. The floor plan was just a little bit more difficult than I normally do. Like, you know, normally if I have an issue with a floor plan, it's because it's a tiny build, but that wasn't the case with this one. But I do end up liking how it goes in the end a lot, actually. And it just worked for me. I don't normally do a for floor, oh my goodness, floor plan like this. So I was really kind of excited to do something different and exciting, you know, because if I do the same thing all the time, every time, it's not as exciting. So we do ultimately go with a similar plan to this. I get rid of the wall in the middle here in a minute, and yeah, yeah, this is what we do. And so you can walk through the front door and literally walk right out the back door. And I kind of liked that idea, especially if you have kids and stuff. You know, your kid can just walk in the door and then go straight outside, and it's like, whoo, I can go hang out. You know, I can immediately go play sports in the backyard. Oh, I should have included a basketball net. I didn't do that. No, that would have been a great spot for like there would have been room. But yeah, I went upstairs now and trying to get rid of the roof here, and it wasn't happening. But there we go. It went away eventually. So the floor plan upstairs definitely came together a little bit easier than the floor plan downstairs. And there's a lot of space. Like, there is a lot of space. And I think that's great. It's definitely not a small home. It works, and I managed to get an ensuite in here and in the master bedroom. And the master bedroom's pretty simple. Like I said, I didn't really have an idea in my head of what the parents did, and that's fine. But we use this dark wood base game, dark wood, like this dark colored wood base game flooring, and I really like it, as well as in combination with the Parenthood like tiling, and then just a whitish kind of gray color for the walls. And I'm painting everything that color. I will change the bedrooms a little bit, like the kids' bedrooms definitely change, but like in my experience in like newly renovated Suburbans or newly built Suburbans, the bathrooms don't have tiling in them unless it's a backsplash. So, which we get in the shower anyway because of the shower we use. So, I liked the idea of just having, I do that typically with my Suburbans. I will just not put tile in them, and I think it works perfectly fine. So this is the kitchen. It does stay this shape. It's really weird, I know, but I like it. I think it's awesome. Like, it's a big kitchen. You have your space for everything in here, and I think it just works so perfectly. And I actually included like a little, oh, and I put the laundry in the garage. Sorry, I talked over it, but the laundry is in the garage, so there is laundry here. It's family home. You have laundry in family homes. Sorry, guys. If you don't like it, just, you know, you can replace it with cabinets, and that's fine. So I'm when I go through stuff, I like find little bits and bobs that I want to use, and I use the Seasons table and chairs for the dining room. And again, the dining room is right in the entrance. I figured that was okay. I mean, it's a weird shaped house, and it really is kind of the center of the house. Normally the kitchen is the like hub of the house, but I kind of liked the idea of the dining room being like the family oriented room, because this is where the family sits down to eat, and they like would all eat together is kind of what I imagined. That's what I did as a kid. We had like a set time that we would eat, and then we all ate together as a family. And yeah, I think that's fine. And again, if you really don't like it, you could use it for any other room. I mean, you could switch it with the living room or separate it off and make a mud room. It's entirely up to you. But personally, for my gameplay, I think, you know, it worked perfectly fine. I also used this couch, and I think this couch is actually one of those ones that you need to unlock, but it looks like such a comfy couch. It wasn't modern, it wasn't, you know, it's a family couch, you know what I mean? So I'm like trying to cram everything in this corner. I do change it. In the end, I didn't like the layout, and the layout we get after I decided I didn't like it is much better in my opinion, so, you know, you'll have to wait for that. But this is the living room. It's right off the dining room, so Everything's pretty open in my opinion, while also being still closed off because we get the arches. But you can literally just walk through the house. The dining room is like the if you're on a road, you have an intersection, and the dining room is the middle of the intersection, or a roundabout if you're in Europe, whatever. We have roundabouts. Yeah. So I think it allows a nice flow to the house, and wow, my voice is not happy with me. Okay, it's fine. It doesn't hurt anymore. It just keeps cracking every so often. It's really annoying. Anyway, so I changed the couches to green instead of that cream color, and I actually really liked it a lot better because I think the cream actually brightened it up too much, especially with the white walls. And here I spent forever picking a bookshelf, and ultimately I sized down the season one and then spent forever trying to get... I really have to put that red shelf back in my game. Somebody remind me. I'll forget in 10 minutes that I need to put the red shelf back in my game. It just makes it so much easier. But yeah, and we also get a little nook here in the corner, and I'm just going through the decorations, and I keep finding stuff, and so I like put it where it should go, and it makes me a little dizzy too. And we get a computer here. This is actually one of the 2 computers that is for family use. I did put 2, so there's a lot. And here's where I changed the layout of the living room, and I think it just looked so much better. And I used this Seasons lamp in the white swatch. The black one was just too much in my opinion, so I went ahead and used a white one instead. And I think that's fine because we get a lot of black furniture, and it doesn't have to all be black, It can have other colors, like the green. The green's dark, but I still wanted it to have like this kind of maybe more refined look that you get with like a more darker wooded home, in my opinion. Anyway, this is the playroom. There's actually a playroom, and I put all this stuff in, and you'll see later, but I decorate all the rooms with children or teenagers in mind. I will go back in the end and change that because I totally forgot that I put a playroom in and stuff for a toddler. Like, whoops. It happens. I was like really into this build, and sometimes I just forget. And we add some music, we add some exercise stuff in the garage, because where else are you going to do your exercise? Saying that, I do mine in the living room. I had a really nice workout, and I'm actually sitting here like with a towel on my head because my hair is wet because I just showered after my workout, and I can smell my dinner cooking. I'm so hungry. Working out makes you hungry. Yeah, I use the slow cooker, and we have some beef stew because it's getting cold outside. It's freezing. It's freezing. And I live in a concrete building, and we have outer walls, so the house gets so cold even with heating on. So I'm sitting here in a giant robe and a couple of layers of sweatpants, and I'm still cold. But that might just be me. So I talked over the playroom, but it was pretty simple. We just got some toys, music, items, some lights from toddler stuff, and here I'm spending forever fixing those books because they had to be perfect apparently. And we get a gardening room as well, and yeah, I think it works. I didn't add any plants, that's entirely up to you guys, and I didn't put any curtains as well because obviously you want the light to come in. So it's pretty plain in my opinion. I just get a painting in here as well. Oh, and there's an easel in there, so you can have an artistic, I almost said artist, artistic sim, so that's great. And upstairs on the landing is really simple. I did not add a lot of stuff. I just wanted to keep it, clean and simple. It's not really, the upstairs is more for, actually, saying that, the upstairs is a little bit of family time, but it's not as, like, maybe rambunctious as the living room and the playroom. And, Yeah, so this is also like a hallway. It leads to all the bedrooms as well as the outside deck. And I keep it pretty simple. I think we just add a chair and a plant as well as like a little table, um, and a computer. So, having three children, I kind of imagined that, maybe, and this is definitely a well-off family. I have no idea how much this is. Like, it seriously, like, doesn't tell me the right number. Like, the last time I mentioned it in my Barbie build, why can't I speak? It's a problem. Anyway, in my Barbie build, I mentioned that, the prices weren't coming out right, and I gave you a price for the Barbie build, and then I went to upload it to the gallery, and it was less than what it was, and I don't understand that. Anyway, so we're moving on to the kids' rooms now, and by that I mean I'm just adding curtains to everything. I think I actually decorate the kids' rooms after I do the master bedroom, and I do the bathrooms completely last. I usually do. Sometimes I like doing the bathroom first, but I think bathrooms are the most tedious part for me because they're pretty much all the same, especially in the same house. So, also, I put shelves here, and then I totally forgot that I put shelves here. So I had to go back and, at the end, I'll actually put decorations on them. I did record it, but I was getting ready to take the screenshots, and I was like, huh, that looks really empty. Huh, weird. Anyway, so we're on to the master bedroom, and again, kept it pretty simple. I went with the same color scheme that's in the rest of the house, and the reason I did that is because I figured if they like that color scheme enough to put it in the rest of their house, it's probably going to be in their bedroom too, right? I don't know. That's my thought for, parents, in my opinion, but I guess that's probably what I would do, and then deck out my kids' room. But yeah, this is definitely a well-off family. Again, don't know the price, but definitely a well-off family. So actually, one of the kids, I think... Oh, no. I lied. Sorry. Don't know what I'm talking about. But, yeah, they have two computers. Maybe one of the parents works from home or something. I don't know. But here's where I'm adding the beds, and I leave them there until towards the very end when I change one into a toddler bed. But this one's the teens room, and I kept it like earthy and green, and I went with different color schemes for each one. We have a blue room, we have a yellow and orange room, and then we have a green room. And yeah, I didn't really imagine much for the kids other than like one loves plants, one loves animals, and what is the other one? Also, this does have room for a dog. I imagined a cat or a small dog lived here, but pretty much a cat. You'll see later why I chose a cat. Oh, and I changed the color of this wall because it just wasn't dark enough. It was just like this kind of light green, and I just didn't like it. It didn't work for me. But I added a lot of plants here. This is a plant lover sim, and I am a plant lover, so I like this room a lot. I, maybe wouldn't want this in my own home, but I would like all the plants in my own home. I would fill our entire house up with plants if my boyfriend would let me. But yeah, so this room, like, I kind of go between the different kids' rooms, but I really like it. And I think really the only kind of color scheme for this room was just blue. I didn't really have an idea in mind. Maybe they like sports, but I don't know. I kept it kind of eclectic, different stuff like a toy llama, a monster, a dinosaur, and a weird panda thing. Like, I kept it really simple, but for this room, I used a lot of Parenthood, and I used a lot of My First Pet stuff because I love that pack. I don't care. I think it's a great pack. Okay, I mean, if you think about it, like, the fact that you have to buy an expansion pack first, yeah, sure, it sucks, but in my opinion, that's fine because I have the expansion pack. Anyway, this is the reason why I think it's a cat. I put, like, the cat posters from Cats and Dogs And then I added a pet bowl because that was when I decided that they had a cat. You don't have to have a cat, and I do get a kitty litter box in this room, yeah. So even though that room is colorful, I did give them the black and white kitty litter box because I felt it worked best, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. You can use whatever color you want. Whatever. That's fine. But for me, that's what I wanted. And we've moved on to the bathrooms now. Pretty simple bathrooms, in my opinion. And I think the only thing with this bathroom is normally I put a mirror above a sink, but in this case it just didn't work because of the window, but I liked the idea of the whatchamacallit, sink being in front of the window. I've been studying Dutch all day, and I can't remember English. It's rough, guys. But yeah, the laundry room is in the garage. I just went and added the rest of the cabinets and things like that and kept it pretty simple, and you know, this came together really, really well. And I think I got 3 laundry baskets in here as well. I don't know if that laundry basket will actually work if the robe is hanging in front of it, but I'm sure it's fine. It's fine. And just adding some like finishing touches to the bathroom, and that's pretty much it. And then we start going outside. So we have it's Jenga but Sims form. I don't know what it's called, something llama. But we have that, and the new seating as well. And I put planter boxes and I put flowers in them. I wanted it to have some color, so if you don't like those flowers and you want to actually plant something in them, you just have to delete it. I just literally place them in there. They're not actual plants, like they're just normal plants. So, you know, you don't really have to do anything. And here's where I decided the backyard needed to be a little bit smaller because I was running out of activities to do. Like I said, I should have added a basketball court, but I just did not think about that. Maybe I'll do that in my next build. Ooh, I have an idea. Yay. And here's where I add the toddler bed because silly me forgot one. Whoopsie. So I gave it to the child that loves animals. And I added the drink tray and a place to grill as well as some more seating area. I kept it pretty simple. The outside was like kind of pretty easy to do. I think the landscaping came together a little, like a lot better than I imagined. Also, that sand, I'm pretty sure you can actually use it, like build sandcastles on it, because I used the one from Island Living. I'm not entirely sure. I really gotta test that. I should have tested that for screenshots. Dang it. So yeah, we get some seating out here in the gazebo, and that's kind of, you know, where you would hang out. And I add the lights from... Oh, you know what? That's not from Toddler Stuff. I said earlier it was from Toddler Stuff. I think they're from the holiday one. Could be entirely wrong, so, you know, don't quote me. But, yeah, they are from holiday. I can see here. Little tiny, tiny, tiny little present box. So we put them around the entirety of this, and it took me forever. But it was worth it because I really liked the effect that it had. And it really lit up the place and made it seem a lot nicer, in my opinion. So, and here I'm just framing the walkways, and we get a lot of plants. Yeah, I know I say this a lot, but I did go a bit overboard with the plants, in my opinion. I can't help it. I just love plants so much, and you'll see in a moment when I start, I really go for it. I don't like having a lot of empty space unless it's like an actual farm area, if you know what I mean. So for me, it's just, I just like it. But yeah, we get a little bit more seating, like a more relaxed seating here for like lounging and things like that. So, and this is where I start going crazy with the landscaping. Sorry. Actually, you know what? I'm not even that sorry. It's so much fun. Okay. Yeah, no, that's not nice of myself, Silver. Not nice indeed. But I kept the plants actually pretty simple. I tried to blend them in the best I could with the world, and even though this house itself doesn't fit into maybe this neighborhood, I think it does work out in the end. And I'm going to be changing this whole area, so I like the suburban look more. That whole like old style Victorian is just really kind of not my style, and I don't really build in it often enough to be confident to say I can build a Victorian, because I can't remember the last time I tried. I don't know. So I'm probably just going to replace this area with Suburbans, and I'm not sure. Would you call this house a Suburban? I would. It's just, yeah, why not? I mean, it has the same kind of shape, doesn't it? It doesn't have like the craftsman style columns, so I think it would be a Suburban. I'm gonna call it a Suburban. If somebody can correct me, that's fine, like, do so, but until that day, it is a Suburban. So yeah, like I said, I went a little bit crazy with the landscaping, but it turned out pretty well in my opinion. I mean, I say I went crazy, it's actually pretty toned down for me, so I've been trying to tone it down recently because of you guys. I don't want to, you know, cause problems, but yeah, so we're just kind of putting on the finishing touches now, and I will be going back inside to do the kitchen, because I totally messed it up. So the screenshots will be coming up in a moment, so I hope you liked the video, and if you did, let me know in the comments, and show your support by tapping the like button, and subscribe for more builds. If you'd like this build in your game, it is up on the gallery under my username Silverplumbobs. Have a great day. Bye!